Ladies and gentlemen, I'm particularly glad to note that the World Scout Parliamentary Union has so far been principally instrumental in anchoring the Scouting movement at the center of national policies and legislation, a move that has phenomenally strengthened the movement globally. But now, this is the time, because we had it since our arrival here, that there's been that perception that the World Scout Parliamentary Union is not as active as it should be. As parliamentarians, we are uniquely and strategically placed at the confluence of our respective nations' transformative processes. Given that there are 28 million scouts spread over 160 countries worldwide, the decision we make in this conference must aim at achieving certain minimum goals in the near future. Some of those goals should aim at bequeathing the Scout movement a more universal character globally for the enhancement of peace and harmony, and making Scouting the forum for the propagation of a virtue-based lifestyle among the youth in a world that we all know is threatened by runaway moral decadence, including diseases such as HIV and AIDS. Fellow parliamentarians, the very notion of social transformation subsumes the improvement and expansion of prospects in the future. That future, ladies and gentlemen, is obviously in the threshold of the young persons who apparently will determine the destiny of the dreams we harbor today and of the nations and world we dream of in the days to come. It is therefore imperative that the legislation we make secures a place for our noble intentions to blossom in the foreseeable future. Besides, the legislation we anticipate as we leave the 6th General Assembly of the World Scout Parliamentary Union must open doors for Scouting to ride the crest of novel information and social media inventions to improve networking, if that to mean Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, among national and regional Scouts formations. Colleagues, it is now 20 years since the World Scout Parliamentary Union was founded, apparently right here in Seoul in 1991. In a way, we are back here to celebrate a great decision that has over the last 2 decades transformed a Scouting movement globally and which has the potential to even do more. We salute the exemplary commitment by Honorable Kim, President Emeritus, with whom we were able to interact last evening, and I think even this morning is in the audience. Today, we stand in front of a momentous opportunity. We have the chance to rewrite the history of the Scouting movement by facilitating a rare and noble feat of, to quote you, Mr. President, connecting Scout parliamentarians and representatives from 160 national Scout organizations right across the world. My colleagues in Scouting and friends of Scouts worldwide, you have the opportunity to redefine the destiny of the world our young men and women will inherit inside the next 2 decades. This I consider to be a unique privilege that calls for very solemn reflection and introspection by each one of us. While so doing, let us not forget the youth are extensions of our own dreams, our own hopes, and our own aspirations. What the youth turn out to be in days to come necessarily becomes the point of our glory or our indictment. We have a chance to choose how best we shall be remembered in the history of Scouting, and the only way to secure a favorable place and mention is to make the right decisions now. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya has recently promulgated a new constitution. With the new law, I have observed with satisfaction that citizens back at home have been re-energized, thereby taking on more responsibilities towards the greater good of all Kenyans, and voluntarily. I believe that this feeling can be replicated in the Scouting movement worldwide if we make profound transformative decisions at this forum and tell it to the world captivatingly. As I conclude, I urge the 6th General Assembly of the World Scout Parliamentary Union delegates to approximate unfolding scenarios that would define the world of the youth in the foreseeable future and allow for space for the modernization of the movement, particularly by way of employing modern technology. I have no doubt that under your able leadership, Mr. President, together with the team that has been voted into office today, your two vice chair, the treasurer, and other committee members, our organization is in very safe hands. And I'm sure you're going to take the challenge now and be able to move to the next level. I foresee a situation where this World Scout Parliamentary Union can actually become the real movement amongst world parliaments for the benefit of the youth of the world into the future. Long live Scouting, long live World Scout Parliamentary Union. May God bless all of you. Remember the Scout promise. Thank you.